I can't stand this. This is not how my life is supposed to be. This is not how the world is supposed to be. The thoughts circle all day over and over. But I can't seem to think of how to solve this. There is no solution. Will they remember to feed me? My owners don't understand me. It's all too much. If you even have a pulse, you are probably having a challenge accepting all that is in the world today. Even if your personal life is aces, it's still objectively challenging in 2020 to embrace what is. And if you aren't happy with the circumstances in your personal life right now, it just means it's even more challenging for you to be in a state of acceptance. If we haven't met, I'm Karen McMullen. I channel, which means basically that I receive guidance from a higher consciousness. And in today's message, which is a part of a series of videos that I've been doing called Awaken to Your Starseed Mission, we will be hearing from the Council of Light. I'd like to say a quick thanks to all the people who have just recently been subscribing. And if you like today's video, please like it and also subscribe. So let's get right into it. Awaken to Your Starseed Mission, Episode 28. Embrace life as it is. There is a balance to be found between being an agent for change in this world and embracing this world as it is. If you are too focused on your role as an agent for change and evolution, you will be living in the future in the realm of possibilities and potential, and you will feel disappointed with the world as it is. Your focus on what could be will be constantly confronting you and causing you suffering. Yes, I have felt this with just going to the grocery store and seeing the way that food is handled in this society. The plastic packaging, the long-distance transport, the commercializing of food as a product rather than just being seen as sustenance, the pricing that makes it so expensive and inaccessible, and the setting of the store, all of it seems to me so wrong about how food ought to be done in this world. It hurts just to go shopping. Exactly. There are countless examples of how everyday life on planet Earth confronts you with the backwardness and disharmony of how life here is organized. And yet, here you are, living now in this imperfection. What to do? The only thing you can do at the end of the day is to embrace what is. Think of this in the literal sense, as in giving a hug to what is. As with any person who is hurting or disharmonious, a hug is often a very healing gesture that brings more well-being. What the world needs is to be loved and embraced as it is. When you embrace anything as it is, it automatically begins to change. By giving it love, what was not loving within it begins to melt and disintegrate. Within everything created in this world are the seeds of the energies present in its inception. In the case of the grocery store example, there are many seeds of creation involved in the grocery business as it is now. When you approach it with love, you will begin to see all that was of loving intent in the creation to begin with, and it will be easier for you to embrace it despite the less wholesome energies that are also present. As I embrace the grocery business as it is with my mind and heart, I feel that there is so much within it that was created with love. I can see that many products originated out of a place of love and invention. I can imagine the employees in the bakery and behind the scenes who are providing for their families. I can even see how the grocery business evolved out of the demands of society as it is. It is what it is for a reason. Yes, it is. And there's no mistake that you are focused on the grocery business as your example, since you have come from the grocery business as your family business. And even when you were a child, you didn't understand the big grocery stores. It made sense to you to have a smaller neighborhood store where there's a connection to each product carried in the store and the employees know every customer. At your dad's store, the customers had an account and there was a relationship based on service and trust. It's okay. It's okay for things to be as they are. Allow yourself and all of humanity to be just where they are in the process of evolution. As an emissary of light, you will only inspire change by embracing what is and seeing the good in it. When you see the good in anything, you will emphasize the seeds of intent within it that were good, and in the interaction, the thing itself will begin to reprogram. What about something like Facebook that is so big and powerful? There are so many people involved not only in creating it on the corporate side, but who are invested in it by having their Facebook groups there, Facebook ads, and just having all of their contacts there. Meanwhile, there's much corruption in how the data is used, how it's designed to be addictive, etc. Would me loving Facebook begin to change Facebook? Yes, it would. But this is not an abstract concept. As you contemplate this, you are only thinking about loving parts of Facebook. You are not finding love in your heart for the CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, and the seeds of intent that he laid in the foundation of Facebook. As I sit with it, I realize that as a category creator, someone who invented an entire category of a creation that didn't exist before, there was no possible way that he could have anticipated all of the consequences of his creation and what it would become. Making money from targeted advertising based on people's preferences made sense, but taken to its full expression, this has created many moral dilemmas for which he was not prepared. He didn't have the grounding and values and maturity to be able to handle that. What young man would? There must have been many choice points along the way where he recognized the potential moral consequences of his decisions and then proceeded anyways. We are all living with the consequences of those moral choices, and in the process making our own moral choices in alignment with his by participating. Yes, you are participating because there is much good, too much good, in the original idea to be ignored. At the core, you love the ease of connection with so many people who are like-minded and that you care about, all in one place. It is remarkable. Can you love Mark Zuckerberg now? Yes, I can. I can only imagine how much responsibility he has and how little space he has to enjoy his life. If I were him, even if I had space and time, I wouldn't be able to enjoy it with the energetic weight of responsibility. He must be entirely in his masculine energy self and not inhabiting his feminine. That would be so soulless. It is. Facebook exists and persists now because it is essential to the unfolding of these times. Embrace what is, loving it as it is, seeing and understanding it for what it is. Then from your place of non-resistance, you are at choice about how you participate. You are at choice to go to the farmer's market and the local shop instead of the large-scale grocery store. You are at choice to limit your Facebook use, but not because you do not love these things. You are a much more powerful agent of change when you love and embrace life as it is. You can, and it is worthwhile that you do so. Welcome back. Moving away from today's session, I would invite you to look at just one thing that you're having trouble embracing in your life, and then see if you can move into that space of love and really understanding it for exactly what it is. And if you feel like it, please comment below. I always love to read what you are experiencing as a result of the video. In the next episode, we're going to be exploring a question that I have been receiving quite a bit through private messages, which is, where should I live on this planet, and how do I know when I'm living in the right place? It's quite a rich message. I know for me it's impactful, so I can't wait to share that with you. And until next time, take care.